one week until Election Day, and Fox 11 is continuing to profile the biggest races.
That's right. Cristy Fajardo talks to the candidates for LA County District Attorney.
Election Day is also Judgment Day for LA County District Attorney George Gascon, who is fighting to keep his job after a polarizing 4 years that included 2 recall attempts and allegations his policies are making LA County more dangerous.
Years ago, we were not blaming the district attorney for this stuff. You know, when I was a cop, I never heard anybody say the DA was the cause of a crime increase. We certainly never credit DAs with lowering crime.
Gascon, a one-time LAPD assistant chief, argues when crime was rising in LA County, it was also up nationwide, but says he understands the public's frustrations.
When we're out in the field, we interview a lot of victims of crime, and very often they do blame you.
Yeah.
So what would you say to them?
Well, look, I mean, first of all, I feel their pain, and for people that have been victimized, I feel horrible for them, right? Because it doesn't really matter what the trends are. If you were the victim of a crime or someone that you know was a victim of a crime, crime went off for you 100%.
Still, Gascon says his policies have been misrepresented, insisting his office's prosecution rates are on par with other jurisdictions, but says he did roll back policies that led to mass incarceration and racial discrimination, including trying juveniles as adults and automatic enhancements that add years to sentences.
So much of what we have today is a failure of those blanket policies that we had before that basically saw only the maximum punishment as the answer. And by the way, we don't have blanket policies. We make a lot of exceptions. You know, my opponent talks about enhancements. We've done nearly 15,000 gun enhancements.
But his policies have drawn the ire of some in law enforcement, victims' rights groups, and challenger Nathan Hochman, a one-time Republican who says the election is a referendum on Gascon.
LA used to lead and be the sort of the prime crime fighter amongst all these jurisdictions, amongst all the DA's offices in California, even among the nation. We can go back to being that leadership.
Hochman, a former federal prosecutor, points to the rise in retail theft in recent years as proof of Gascon's failed policies. Other cities in California and even Texas, like Houston, have also seen spikes, but Los Angeles tops the list.
In Los Angeles, it's in large part Gascon's issue, his policies that are a driving force, a contributing force, certainly not the sole force.
Let me jump in there, because
Sure.
you said it's not the sole.
Right.
So what else do you think? What else is factoring in?
Well, I think, for instance, let's take Los Angeles and let's take residential burglaries. So with residential burglaries, we have found people coming in from the border. This is people from Chile, Venezuela, Colombia.
He says he'll work with the federal government to tackle the issue and believes voters are ready for a change.
And you have said that you are going to be the hard middle. What does that mean?
So here's what the hard middle means. It's a rejection of extreme policies.
Cristy Fajardo, Fox 11 News.
All right, just 1 week to go until Election Day, so we'll see what happens.